Cowabunga, dudes! Today, we're taking a look at the tubular Transformers, Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover, Party Wallop. This totally rad Transformer converts from the Party Wagon to the Party Wallop robot. Includes weapons for all four turtles and interchangeable heads. This most definitely is the gnarliest Transformer you'll ever see. Oh God, I'm sorry, I can't keep doing this. We're looking at Party Wallet, folks. I got my turtle shirt on. So, yeah, basically, this is another one of those crossovers. Um, Party Wagon looks really good. Um, I want to say that Party Wagon was the cartoon name, and it was like the Turtle Van was the toy release. I don't know why I'm thinking like that. Now, there is total accessory storage with this toy. The one issue is on the bottom here, as you can see, Leonardo's katanas do stick out of the front. And of course, you got the little grit there that some of the turtle toys had. So I like that little synergy there. But other than that, all the weapons store, the interchangeable head store, it really is a nice looking vehicle. Um, we'll talk about the transformation and how it comes together once we get it onto into the box. So without further ado, let's hop on our skateboards and roll out. Okay, so coming in for a closer look, let me just mention right off the bat um, that the back fin here, this middle sensor, uh, the front of the party wagon, which is a shield, and this little hubcap bit all come separate in the packaging, along with the weapons and the interchangeable heads. And let me just say that the packaging for Party Wallop, this is the hardest figure to get out of its pack. I mean, to open the packaging, to like get the, it's just like a lot of work. I really think that Hasbro needs to stick with the box design for these crossovers. It just makes things easier in terms of getting stuff out, and presentation wise, I think it looks better. Um, but yeah, but other than that, you do have the lasers here can go up and down. They are on soft detents and have 3mm ports. As I'm sure most of you know, the shell here in the front is removable and it's a little pizza. Now, I kind of find that a little pointless since there's no way for Party Wallet to hold it, but I think it might have been a holdover gimmick from the original Party Wagon toy. And yeah, regardless of the name, I'm just going to refer to the original toy as the Party Wagon. So there's that. So let's just get right into the transformation. First thing you need to do is come underneath and you're going to remove um, the weapons, which are Leonardo's katanas and Raphael's sais. When storing these, you have to put the sais in first and then take the katanas in. The katanas slot into here, and let me just say, on my copy, it's a real pain in the tush to get these like in. It just, I mean, in terms of just like getting them like to tab in, it's like really hard. I think there's like a little extra paint wash, or there's a certain angle that they have to go in. But yeah, you can see right here, I'm having a hard time just trying to demonstrate. I mean, of course, this also, part of me kind of wants to say there's like different thickness of tabs that, but that could just be my eyes playing tricks on me. But yeah, okay. So there, I mean, they do guide you with the groove at the top there about how, how it's supposed to angle and stuff. Yeah, but yeah, it's a pain. It's real pain. That, but again, that could just be mine. So once you have all that removed, We're going to lift up the lasers here a little too. We're going to start unpegging and popping things open. Now, one thing to note is while this is a shell former, duh, turtles, um, there is like, I mean, a lot of these tab in, but it's like friction tab. So just over time, there might be some issues. So the first thing you want to do is open up this panel here. And this actually can sometimes be a bit of a problem because there's a slot and there's a tab. The slot goes around this hook here. And again, I should mention that it's very possible some of like this little panel here might be a little warped on my copy. But that tab is supposed to go into the side of the leg. So when you get that in, you really might have to like push down a little further and maybe come in with your finger and thumb and just sandwich it with the leg. But basically flip that up, get that up, out of the way, do it again on this side, and then you can fold this panel forward. Actually, fold it up a little, but not too far, because really it's this front wheel section is going to fold back, and these will form the side skirts. It's nice that the panels that are here do end up forming like a samurai armor of sorts for Party Wallop. So that is kind of cool. So once you have that kind of opened up, come around to the back here. And now what you have going on is this lower section, which is the legs, pegs into this window section, which is the forearms and arms, which pegs into this top section, which forms the back. My advice is to go ahead and split the legs here. That will help you separate them from the forearm section as well as pegging into the sides here of the back. Because if you just pull down, chances are you'll pull the arms down, and it's a little tricky to disengage that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to flip the waist section forward, and that's going to tab in right underneath there. So just bring that up, sandwich it down. Now that sits in by friction. So yeah, we'll see over time how well that holds. Uh, Next, what you want to do is rotate this whole back panel forward, and then you'll see right there like a little bracket nub that's going to go into that pin section right there. Just snap that in, just like so. Should stay in. Like I said, I think my copy might be a little warped. Rotate the heel out, snap that into place, and fold the wheel down. And there you'll have the arm, the leg, excuse me, in position. Do it again on this side. That'll sit like that. Rotate, and then fold the wheel down. And there you have the lower section of Party Wallop transformed, ready to roll. Now to come around to the back here, and what you want to do is pull down on the forearms here, and then rotate using the arm joint to bring them down, separate, and then rotate the panels up, and that will reveal the fist. Next, and let me adjust the camera, uh, lift up slightly on the roof here, and that will allow the arm to fold out. Because and you're going to unpeg from the front here as well. This front section pegs into place. So as you rotate that out, rotate that panel around and fold it down to form a shoulder pad. Do it again on this side, same way. Make sure you have that front section uh, flipped up, because now what you want to do, and now that you have these panels exposed, you can actually see Donatello's bow staff, the four interchangeable heads. Pull these panels in, they will snap into place. And then underneath the shoulder pads here, Michelangelo's nunchucks. So just bring this whole panel section back just to give yourself some space to work with. Come in and then rotate up Party Wallop's head. Finally, what we're going to do is bring this section forward. You're going to rotate this up. That tab is going to sort of sit underneath the head panel of Party Wallop, and the two panels we folded in form like a little teethed tab section that the back will peg into. So finally, we're done. Rotate up these little side lights, what have you. That was weird. The Here is Party Wallop in its robot mode, and it's a nice looking figure. I do notice that panel really is having a hard time staying in. Again, like I said, there might be a little warpage on mine. Now, right off the bat, you can now to finish off the weapon storage. Uh, you can come around the back here, and it's a little greeble I have. Um, Leonardo's katanas have to store with the blades towards the back, and that's really not proper katana storage, at least from what I understand. So just gonna tab those into the side. They do tab in a lot easier and nicer than underneath the party wagon. And Raphael's size can actually peg in to the sides of the inside of the wheel well. I actually believe the tab that the wheels. Oh no, they're actually not. Never mind. I'm not going to finish that thought. But there you go. So yes, you have Party Wallop all armored up. Again, total weapon storage until we start fooling around with some of the turtle things. What I mean by the theme stuff, and what I mean by that is let's come around to the back. Let's lift up this back section here, and we can come in. Let's just for the ease of everything, I'm kind of untransforming it now. Pop out the interchangeable heads. They actually sit in there very nicely. Oh, and let me just point out when you're doing the lower row, get those legs out of the way. Do the lower row that's closer to the roof first, then the outer one. Kind of scene makes that it's just would be easier to get them in. Let me get Donatello bow staff. Going to talk about that. But hmm. So I got all that out and fold this panel back up. Yeah, make sure to fold that panel up because that is like a big part as to how oh the backpack will stay into place. Just close everything back up. And you saw that and how everything stayed in place. So that's actually kind of cool. So basically, as I mentioned, you can take these little interchangeable head plates, and these will pop off Party Wallop's head, and that will replace it. The other thing you can do is if you come in and remove the front of the party wagon, just like so, that reveals a more streamlined turtle chest as well as the interchangeable belt buckles that you can basically do for each turtle. Lift that up. You have Leonardo. You know, the blank one is for Party Wallop. Now, this is my other gripe and my main gripe with this figure. There is no way to store the front of the party wagon except unless you're going to use it as a shield, which can just peg into the forearms like that. That's great and all, but it does add a little take away from a little bit of the ninja posability and stuff to the figure. Um, and also, if you misplace this front, you're going to have a very odd looking party wagon because don't forget there are tabs here that peg into that front panel for the roof. So I think really the best way to demonstrate how, oh, and the instructions and also the packaging, when you're doing the individual turtles, they just show you like having this off to the side. So again, why they couldn't do storage, I don't know. But I would say that the best way to demonstrate the the customizability of Party Wallop is to do a little montage. Leonardo leads. Donatello does machines. And by the way, his bow staff, one of the ends has a tendency to pop off when you're folding it out. Just be aware. Again, that just might be my copy, but who knows? Raphael is cool, but rude. And Michelangelo's the party dude. Why, yes, this is how I dance in public. How did you guys know that? All in all, I think Party Wallop is a fine addition to the crossovers line. While I think the name is a little odd, and I would have preferred something like Mecha Turtle or Mechazoid, something like that has a little history to the Turtles brand. I, you can basically call this whatever you want. And I kind of like the idea that without switching out to the other turtles, Party Wallop can actually harness the power of all four turtles and use their weapons. Now, what is kind of funny is that I at the between a $45 to $50 price point, I know some people were going out and buying 4 copies or even 5 copies of Party Wallop to have the four turtles in Party Wallet. Now that's a bit out of my range, but if you do that, I do want to mention that the weapons are compatible with traditional Transformer hands. So you could end up with a nice little arsenal of Transformer ninja weapons. Um, Other than that, if you are looking to get like a set of the four to do the turtles, I know Command Store was selling them at a little bit of a discounted price. So you can always go that route. Quibbles aside about the storage of the front of the vehicle, um, the tolerances with the panels and pegs popping in and opening the packaging, I do recommend Party Wallet. Now, I have seen from hunting videos that other people have done the targets seem to have quite a bit of quite a few party wallops on the shelves. You might want a chance waiting for a holiday discount, but be prepared. If you don't, you might have to pay the late tax. But other than that, transformation was fine. Really, I can't say anything bad. Just the fact that really was kind of shocking to realize the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is as old as Transformers. That they started out in '84. And I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get something that was more well to homage those classic comic book looks. But I do understand that most people identify with the cartoon more, which that's kind of fun. But that's about it for the review. If you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe. Well, I always appreciate the views, likes, comments, and subscriptions. Will always help with the algorithm and communicating to YouTube that my channel should be exalted and held upon high. Want to make the ultimate sign of support? I do have a Patreon. It is www.patreon.com/chuckdog1999. All I ask for is $1 a month, $12 a year. No thrills, no tears, no special rewards. You guys know the spiel. But as I always say, if you can't afford the $1 a month, $12 a year, your views are more than thanks enough. Patreon is just a cherry on top of an already generous sundae. But I also want to make a special mention for those of you who come for like the movie and you know, uh, animation figure reviews like Earthspark or Transformers One. Do stick around and subscribe because those figures are only around for a short window, and I do bring you stuff like this and other toy lines that I think we can have some fun with. And really, popping in and out does screw up my algorithm, especially as not being subscribed. As I've mentioned in the past, between 81 to 83, 88% of you or so are not subscribed, and that does affect the algorithm. But that's about it. I do appreciate you taking the time out to watch. I know Party Wallop's been out for a while, but I haven't seen that many reviews. So this is your old pal Chuck, once again for Party Wallop. Hang loose, dudes! I'm so sorry. I really am. We'll see you next time.